Algebra 1, Lesson 32, Writing an Equation in Slope-Intercept Form. The objective for this lesson is students will identify slope and the y-intercept of a line. We'll do that, and we're also going to be able to write an equation of a line in slope-intercept form. It's really easy. You just look at it. I'll teach you a couple of concepts. We talked about slope yesterday, and we'll be able to write the equation of a line. The slope is the slant of the line, right? Positive slope. We read from left to right, it goes up. Negative slope, zero slope, and so forth. Then there's this thing called the y-intercept. It's where the line touches the y-axis. So in the big picture today, we're just looking at a line and we're going to draw an equation. All right? Those are the steps. Okay, numbers 1 and 2 I will do by myself. Just watch right now. Numbers 1 and 2 I will do. You will just watch right now. Okay, number 1. Right here you can see we have a line, okay? We want to write an equation. So there's certain steps. The first step is write the equation in y is equal to mx plus b. Okay? The m in this situation, I haven't taught you this yet, but remember m, what did it stand for yesterday? What does m stand for? Rise over run or slope, right? And it's exactly what you said, rise over run. Okay? And then B, I didn't teach you this yet, but B stands for the y-intercept. Okay, so we have this form, y is equal to mx plus b. We know there's a slope and a y-intercept. Step 2. Identify the y-intercept and substitute b with it. So the y-intercept is where the line touches the y-axis. Look up here, please. Look up here. The y-axis goes up and down. Where does the line cross? It crosses right here, right? This is where it intersects, and we call that the y-intercept. It's like the two lines cross each other, so that's where the y-intercept is. This point, we calculate it. Starting here, we calculate how many goes up or down. In this example, it's a positive 1. It goes up 1. So our b, our y-intercept, is positive 1. Okay? That's step 2. Step 3, identify the coordinates of the y-intercept and one other point. So the coordinate at the y-intercept is 0, 1. And I'm going to find another point that crosses on the graph. There's one right here. This point is called 1, 3. 1, 3. This point is called 1, 3. So looking up here, I need to calculate the slope. Okay? Calculate the slope between these 2 points. Remember yesterday, you could either use the slope formula or you could count boxes. Okay, so I'm going to count boxes starting at the first point. I'm going to rise 1, 2. So my rise is 2. My run is going to be starting where I left off. My run is 1. So it's 2 over 1x, which all plus 1 is our equation. So y is equal to 2 over 1x plus 1. This is your final equation for this line. You just wrote the equation. That's all we're doing today is just writing the equation. Okay? It's pretty easy. Again, from the top, write the equation y is equal to mx plus. Next step, identify what the y-intercept is. That's 1. Third step, we replace that with b. So b is going to be 1. Third step, pick a couple points, figure out what the slope is. We know the slope is 2 over 1. It rises 2 and runs 1. So 2 over 1x is equal to, plus 1 is equal to y, and that's your form. Okay, watch me do number 2. I'm going to go a little more quickly now. Okay, number 2. This is the graph that this problem gives us. By looking at this graph, is this a positive or negative slope? Negative slope. So your slope should be negative here, okay? So, first step, draw or write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. Second step, identify b. B cross, or our y-intercept is right here. It's at negative 3. Okay, so instead of b, we're going to replace it with negative 3. Next step, we're going to identify one more point with it. and the coordinates. So this first coordinate we identified was 0, -3. The second one we're going to identify is at the end right here. Between these 2 points, there really isn't anything else you could identify accurately. This point and this point, they cross perfectly. You could have also picked this point. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Okay, I'm going to pick these two. Okay, so rise over run, we figure out starting at the first point, I'm rising. Am I rising this time? No, I'm falling. It's going to rise -1. So I'm going to write -1 as my rise. My run is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it runs 5. Write down my x, and y is equal to. We just wrote the equation of this line. Y is equal to -1/5 x minus 3. Okay? Not too hard, right? So what I like to do is have ones tell the twos, explain number 1, twos tell the ones about number 2. No one's writing yet, you're just talking. Ready, set, go. Continuing number 3. Number 3, okay, I'll start you off. On your whiteboards, everyone has their whiteboards going. You just need the blank side. Do not write the graph. You don't have to draw the graph. All you have to do is tell me the equation of the line. So we're going to start on number 3. I'll start you off together. Everyone turn to your neighbors. Tell them what step 1 is up here. Okay, good. So what we're doing is we're writing the equation y is equal to mx plus b. Step 2. Turn to your neighbor. Tell them what step 2 is. Okay, the y-intercept. Remember, I'm going to help you on this one. The y-intercept is where the y-axis and the line cross. They cross right here, so you just draw a point right there. And we know that's at 2, right? So then we're going to switch this. Well, I'm going to leave that blank. Okay, you could write it where you need to. And then step 3, can you tell your partner what step 3 is? Everyone's working? Okay, step 3. So I'm going to identify another coordinate. Use this coordinate at the end, okay? So, we have 0, 2, and 5, 4. These are your 2 coordinates. Okay, so write down your equation, and I'll check it in 15 seconds.
So we can write like.
Okay, on this problem, our y-intercept is 2, so you write down +2, and then we figure out our rise over run. Our rise is going to be 1, 2, so we write down 2 as our rise, and our run is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 2/5, and then you write x down, write the equal sign and the y in the front, and there you go. You box your answer. That's the equation of this line. Okay? Number 4. This one I'm going to have you do by yourselves all the way through. But before we do it, I'm going to ask you to tell your neighbor, is this a positive slope or a negative slope? Which one is it, negative or positive? Negative. It's a negative slope. Okay, go by yourselves. In this example, okay, you always start with y is equal to mx plus b. I was looking at a lot of you didn't start with this and then you got lost. You didn't know where to start. This is kind of like the skeleton of what you need to do. Y-intercept. What's our y-intercept, everyone?
0, 4.
0, 4, so you just put down 4, okay? Bring down the x, bring down the y. What's our rise over run? How much does it rise? Well, is it rising from this point to this point? No, it's falling, right? So is it going to be positive or negative? Negative, and I counted that's -7. How much is it running? 3. 1, 2, 3, right? You see that? Okay?
So you just take like 2 points on the line and then you like go up or down.
Yeah. That's it. That's your slope. Remember the slope yesterday?
Oh, alright.
You thought what?
I thought like you just had to choose a point and then like go from the origin and go like up.
No, you don't go from the origin. That's a good question. Did you hear him? He said, do we go from the origin? No, we don't go from the origin. You start from the point you chose. Start from the y-intercept and go to the next point, okay? Remember, you go down, it's a negative rise. If you go up, it's a positive rise. If you go right, it's a positive run. If you go left, it's a negative run. Okay? Continuing on, number 5. On number 5, what do you notice about this slope? Tell your neighbor what. Undefined? Is there a slope on the floor that I walk on? Is it going uphill or downhill here? But this is a flat one. What's it called when you have a flat slope? It's a zero slope, okay? So this is a zero slope, okay? This is, figure out what your y-intercept is and write down your equation. I'll give you 15 to 20 seconds. Go. Up here. Okay? On this example, always start with y is equal to mx plus b. What's the equation again? Repeat. Y is equal to mx plus b. One more time all together. Ready? Begin. Y equals mx plus b. Turn to your neighbor. Tell him one more time. Okay, next, turn to your neighbor and whisper to them. Ready? Begin.
That's weird.
Okay. One more time, nice and loud. Ready? Begin.
Y equals mx plus b.
Okay. Anyways, for the sake of the video, I'm going to move on.
Oh, we're recording.
Yep.
Oh, you recorded that? Awkward.
Okay, anyways. So, the first thing you want to do is find your b. So your b is right here. It's your y-intercept, right? So what's that point? It's actually 4, right? Because if you count from the origin, it's going up to 4, right? That's your y-intercept. Okay? Then your slope. What do you notice about the slope? It's 0, right? Even if I pick 2 points, how much is it rising? Is it rising at all in any direction? No. So your rise is 0, and your run, if I use these 2 points, my run here is 1. You could have used any run. What's 0 divided by anything? 0, right? So some of you had something like this. What's 0 times x?
0.
No, it's just 0, right? 0 times x is 0. What's 0 plus 4? Just 4. So your answer is going to be y is equal to 4. So whenever you have, listen up, this is very important. Whenever you have a horizontal line, it's going to start with y is equal to something, and that's it. There's no mx in there, okay? Does that make sense? So if a horizontal line starts with y, what do you think a vertical line will start with? If it's the opposite. X, good. Okay, so watch this. The next problem, I want you to try to attempt it on your own. This one is a vertical line. If the last one said y is equal to 4, and it was horizontal, if the last one's y is equal to 4 and it's horizontal, what's a vertical line going to start with and equal to? Go. Okay, work on that. 6. On number 6. Well, on number 5, remember it's horizontal, it started with y. On number 6, since it's vertical, you start with x. This is the only time you start with x. X is equal to, and then what line is it crossing? What point is it crossing? 3. That's it. That's all you have to do on this one. Okay? If it's a line, then I'm lying. Above the negative 2?
Like, above the negative 2, go 3 stuff.
Oh, okay. Alright, so that's the lesson, okay? That's it.